Shout out to the trappers, we are my back lit. It's D out of Henny man, battle rap trap, and we definitely got the streets.
D out of Henny man, D out of Henny man. Put it on your YouTube.
Hey y'all, y'all can hear me? Hi, what's up, Callie? I miss you too. What's good, y'all? What's good, what's good? Hi. The event was cool. I should have done my edges, don't judge me. Hi, Jax. Yeah, the event was cool, guys. It was at like some pub or something, and all of a sudden the people came running in, like the security guards, and they like, oh my God, put y'all weed and cigarettes down. Some girl came and said it to me, and I was like, miss, I'm not smoking. I don't smoke. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But she was like, oh, they told me to tell everybody. So I'm like, all right, cool. All of a sudden I turn around, a fire marshal walking in with like 19 cops. Shut the whole venue down because they only had a liquor license. They was serving food. They ain't had no food license. They had entertainment in there. They ain't had no entertainment license. Now, if you work in the bar industry like I do, you know you're supposed to have an entertainment license for anything that you have, a jukebox, live performances, a pool table, video games, whatever you have in there, you have to have an entertainment license if you have entertainment. They did not have said license, and the lady was like, well, can you just let me stay open for the private event? They was like, nope. They called me to the stage, had me up there like we was gonna go on, and then they flipped them lights on, so everybody out was like, oh shit, okay. So then they was like, we're gonna move the event. And I guess it was on the other side of the town. I don't know where we was rapping at first. I think we was rapping on the west side of Cleveland, and then they brought us to the east side of Cleveland, which I thought that was where, I thought Bone Thugs and Harmony was from there, but they was like, no, they was from the other side where we was just at. And then they told me that 2 of them is crackheads. My flabbers was gasted when they told me that. Y'all let my fucking Bone Thugs get on crack? Y'all gotta take care of some of these artists. That's crazy. Like, crack is a very low drug. Why would y'all let Bone Thugs and Harmony get on crack? They ain't tell me which 2 it was, so don't ask. I'm assuming that it's Wish and Lazy, but if it's not, I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, that's where Cheddar's at, but I didn't see her. I did see a few of the girls. Shout out to China. She made sure we was good all night. She drove us to the other side of Cleveland, or whatever the case may be. Uncle Charles is turning in his grave for real, okay? I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so she drove us to the other side of Cleveland. When we got there, people were standing outside. So we like, well, what's going on? Why y'all not inside? And then they told me that the venue was hot, that they was trying to let it air out. Then like 5 minutes later, they're like, oh, we gonna rap across the street. And I'm like, oh, well, what's across the street? Another venue? And he was like, no, we gonna rap outside. And I was like, oh, we gonna rap outside? Okay. Mind you, the club we rapped in, is the little strip has like 3 different clubs. So the one we were supposed to be at was on the corner. Then there was a bikers club in the middle. And when I say bikers, I don't mean like, you know, mountain bikes. I mean bikers with the big, you know, Harley bikes that make that noise when they take off. It was very loud. So I'm like, well, how's this gonna work? And then there was another club that had like one lonely stripper behind the bar and a dusty man at the door, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm like, well, how is this gonna work if we going across the street and the bikers are taking off and they're making a bunch of noise? But I'm like, okay, fine, let's just get it over with, right? Thank you, Muffin, for my badge. I'm like, let's just get it over with. We go across the street, they set up the lights, whatever the case may be, and we start rapping. Everything's going good until, listen, blah blah. chill out. Everything's going good until a fire truck goes by, and the fire truck is accompanied by an ambulance and a police car, and it's really fucking loud, and it's while I'm rapping. So I gotta stop, and then, you know, I get back into it. I'm good. Hey, Cuban. And then a man turns his car sideways, right? I guess he seen us and was like, okay, they battling, let me fuck up the battle. He turns his car sideways in the middle of the street, opens his doors, and proceeds to play somewhat of a Cleveland anthem. It was extremely loud. That threw me off. Got it back, kept going. Then it started raining on my head. It was raining while I was rapping outside in the streets. It was ridiculous. That city did look very abandoned. I didn't want to talk about where you're from, but Cleveland was looking crazy. So it started raining. Then a man, I guess he was trying to help us, he busts into the battle with an umbrella, and it's like, well, that's not distracting that you just bust into the battle with an umbrella. Okay. But needless to say, I did very well. Lady Tunes did very well. Then they brought us over and they was like, well, fuck it, it's raining, let's go inside. So now I'm like, well, why didn't we just go inside from the beginning? Because you said it was hot, but it's hot all over the place. And we get inside, it is a little hot, but I think he didn't want to go inside because the place was filthy. That's the part that he left out of the conversation. The place was disgusting. There were broken chairs everywhere. There was things all over the floor. They did have a stage. The stage was clean, but everything else in there, horrible. The bar looked abandoned. I don't know what was going on. There was a man checking people's pocketbooks. He wasn't checking very well. I had a couple things in my bag. I don't know what was going on. Very unsafe. But the event did go on. They set up the cameras. People were able to battle and everything like that. I'm just hoping that my battle sounds good. Aesthetically, I think it looked good. When I seen a couple of clips, the rain and the outside was cute, but it's no way that they can be able to hear what we were talking about with all of that noise in the background. So I really don't know. I was thinking about doing it again when we got inside, but if you know battle rap, you have one time to let your adrenaline go, right? When they tell you it's your time, you get that adrenaline rush, you go, you start the battle, whatever the case may be. It doesn't come back, you know what I mean? After that, so I was like, you know what? It's going to be what it's going to be. I don't know if we're going to do it again. And then I had started drinking. I'm going to keep it real. I drink 1,800. I started drinking. I was about 12 shots in at this point because I've been waiting around since 8 p.m. to rap. You know. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. And then I had on a red outfit. Normally I wear black. I had on red. I was, hey, cousin. I was getting a little sweaty. I'm like, I don't want to look crazy on this camera. So I was like, they're going to get the footage that they're going to get. If the footage is not good, if he throw me a little piece of change, I'll come back out to Cleveland because they owe me a redo anyway because I didn't have a very good time. Now I'm going to get y'all and tell y'all about the food experience, right? Bar God. Yeah, some of that, you hear me? My food experience was horrible as well. Let me tell y'all, it was roaches on the stage. Oh my God, I didn't see that. I didn't see any. You keep saying that. Kings vs. Queens is coming up. What's up, Danny? Talk to me. Well, talk to me, okay? I didn't see any roaches. Tony, reveal yourself. Were you really there? Was there roaches on the stage? Because now I'm concerned. Drunk roaches is crazy. Hey, Brew. So then, we about to leave, right? People don't last 3 minutes in and then you did great for real. Thank you. I was going to try to kick it with you, but my flight was so early. I had to leave my hotel at 5 o'clock. You understand what I'm saying? So, next time I come back, because they definitely owe me a redo. Besides me going to Cleveland, Fonz was the one who put me onto this battle, and then his raggedy ass was in Orlando. So they definitely need to come back and spin the block with me. You feel me? But yeah, so let me get to my food experience now, right? So the night before, I think I told y'all in my stories that I ordered food or was trying to order food from Domino's. I get everything in the cart, and then they told me to schedule my delivery for 10 a.m. I'm like, wait a minute, Domino's, if you're not open, why the fuck you on the app? So I was pissed. So I ended up ordering Burger King. Burger King was dry. It was disgusting. It was very nasty. I ate it, but it was very nasty. And I was mad about that. So I was like, yesterday, I'm like, all right, I'm going to order this food, Domino's, while they still open, while I'm in the Uber. My Uber told me I was 10 minutes away from the hotel. The Uber Eats said that my food would be there in 20 minutes, right? So I had 10 minutes grace time in between for me to get to the hotel and get my stuff. Because the Domino's man called me and was like, listen, they not, you was in New Haven. Oh, shut up. The Domino's man called me and was like, they not going to come into my hotel. And I don't know, when he said that, I was like, well, maybe I'm not in a very good hotel. I already had that feeling when I got there because there was a couple of shady characters in the halls. And the lady that was behind the desk, every time I seen her, it looked like she just finished doing some meth. But whatever. I don't know her personally, but she was working through her demons that night at work. But so the man from Domino's was like, listen, I just want you to know they're not going to come in your hotel. And I was like, what you mean they're not going to come in? He was like, they're not coming in. I'm like, that's crazy. But okay, I'll just meet him at the front door because I'm thinking I got 10 minutes, right? So now if the Domino's said it was going to be there in 20 minutes, right? It was going to be ready in 20 minutes and my ride was going to get me there in 10 minutes. Y'all, why after I got off the phone with the Domino's man, the Uber man called me 5 minutes later and he was at the door and I'm like, either Domino's is in the lobby or my food is not cooked because how'd you beat me here, right? So he like, I'm outside with the food and I was like, okay, I'm not here yet. I'm in an Uber. So I was like, what can you do? Can you start the timer? He was like, I'm not doing that. And I was like, what you mean? You're not doing that? I said, okay. So can you just bring it in the lobby? I'm not going in the hotel. And I'm like, sir, whoa. Take it back a step, please. Calm down a little bit. So I was like, you could just bring it in the lobby. I'm not asking you to go all the way upstairs. He said, ma'am, I said I'm not bringing it inside. Where do you want me to leave the pizza? His voice was getting extremely loud. And I was like, wow, they have attitudes in Cleveland. So I said, sir, do what you got to do. Just leave my shit outside. You can leave it outside in front of the lobby. So he was like, well, there's a tree right here. I'm going to leave it behind the tree. And I said, you do that, sir. Now, mind you, I'm not thinking the motherfucker was going to leave my pizza in the tree, in the rain. But why the fuck when I pulled up, it's me, Chirac, Chef Trez, and C3. C3 sleeping, Chirac is in and out, Chef Trez is wide awake. So I said, do y'all see my pizza? Trez go, there go your shit right there under the tree, in the rain. I said, excuse me? Excuse me. The man left my pizza in the rain under the tree. So now I'm going to get the pizza because I'm hungry from the tree. I didn't realize there was rocks on the floor. Y'all, I twisted my ankle so bad getting this pizza. I'm going to show you the picture later. Getting this pizza. I'm walking into the room. Why when I walk into the room, I realized I done broke my whole fucking shoe. The platform and the shoe is completely separated. Like, I said, wow, this night can't get any worse. Wow. Wow. And then when I opened the food, it's exactly what I thought. The chickens was raw. I don't even feel like they even put them in the oven. So a bitch had to eat it, and I probably got salmonella right now. I don't know what happened yesterday, but I wanted to cry. I definitely sprained my ankle a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. I had to leave my shoes, and these was my good platforms. The whole heel is off. It's ridiculous. I don't know if Cleveland's bad luck, but it was crazy. I wanted to get my money back. I'm not gonna lie, I did want to get my money back, and I took a picture of the shit under the tree, right? I also took a picture of my shoe, but I feel like, you know what, I did have a conversation with the dude, and I don't want to get him fired because he did warn me that he wasn't going in, although he had a bad attitude and he didn't say it the right way. But he did tell me he was not going in, and he also did tell me he was going to leave my pizza in the wet tree. I was in Cleveland, yes. So I'm like, I ain't going to report him when he told me that he was going to do this. He definitely stood on business. He was like, it's a tree right here. I'm putting it in the tree. And I was like, wow, he's really doing it right now. This was an extended stay as well, and the extended stay, it stink a little bit. Like, not too much on Cleveland. I'm just giving my story. This is just my testimony, y'all. It stink a little bit at the extended stays, and I think it's because people be having extended stays. And you know how like people's houses have like smells and stuff like that. Not that it stinks, but everybody's house got a distinctive smell. I feel like because people stay there 7 days or more, everybody's house smell is in the hallway and everything. So I didn't like that about the extended stay, and just knowing that somebody had just been in my room probably for 30 days or more, fucking and sucking all over the place, it had me creeped out. And then my TV was like 32 inches, so that was like watching an iPad. And then I had the nerve to go to sleep watching First 48, and when I went to sleep, it was a Cleveland episode, and I'm like, wait a minute. Did you catch the killer? Because they could be at this motel right now. So, all in all, it was a disaster. The league did great business though. Besides moving us around, he did find a new venue. I can't fault him for that. He had my money as soon as I finished rapping. He was like, you know, what's your cash app? Hey Tunes. Yeah. Things were crazy. Ben Stiller movie, it was crazy. Like, extended stay is for killers. It has to be. Like, and I'm not trying to fault nobody that stays at an extended stay, because the rates of rent right now, I want to stay at an extended stay because rent is out of control right now. I don't know, but me thinking back to this experience all weekend, I'm like, this was crazy. The only good thing I will say about the extended stay is when I got there, they only asked for my ID, and she didn't put anything into the system. She just looked at it and handed it back to me, and I'm like, wow, I could be a killer. Like, she didn't ask for my credit card or anything. I'm like, ma'am, you don't want anything for incidentals or nothing? She was like, no, we don't do that here. And I'm like, I'm sure you're just trying to get back to the meth lab in the back. Just let me get to my room. And then as soon as I was going to my room, I seen like a sketchy character in the hallway, and I was like, yeah, let me double lock this and shut my things real tight. And then remember the first night I ordered food, so when I went back, I was gonna go see C3 after I ordered my food, but when I got my food, it was a white man, and he had on a work vest, and I'm like, well, it's 12 a.m. I don't know what kind of work you working on right now, but he had on this work vest, so I also thought that was shady. And he was like, hey, gorgeous. And I was like, hi.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Flying to Hartford today.
I never came back outside that night because I was scared.
Kind of losing my voice, so bear with me.
And, you know, I don't mind fighting bitches, but I be scared.
You know, you have options, so thank you for flying.
I don't play with that. So
we're going to start our boarding.
That was my experience in Cleveland, but I'm willing to go back. And
if you feel you need extra time,
when I go back, I have to put some things in my contract to make sure I'm never at an extended stay again. And I think people think extended stays is cool because you got the like kitchen and shit like that, but I don't want it. Shout out to Cleveland. I appreciate it. Shout out to China. She held me down. Queen Dixon. No, I didn't hear nothing about that. No, Fonz wouldn't have done me like that, but he wasn't around. He was, you know, he was rapping in Orlando, so I guess it's probably his fault that all this happened. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all go up to URL telling me I need to see me, you know what I'm saying, on Kings versus Queens again.
If you have more than two
going down in the summer to see what it is. But I'm about to get on this flight. I love you guys. I'll see y'all later.
I'll be happy to tag that third item as a courtesy.
Shout out to the trappers, we are my back lit is we out of here. Any man battle rap trapping, we definitely got the streets.
D out again, man. D out again, man.